A virtual preacher is marrying people. A transparent ghost car sells for big bucks at auction, and a guy in Sweden decides to build a nuclear reactor from the comfort of his very own kitchen. It's Tech Life, your digital lifestyle in 5 minutes. Hi everybody, welcome to Tech Life, your weekly source of digital lifestyle news on Tecate-loving. I'm your host, Ashley Esqueda, and joining me as always, the delightful Barb Dibwad. Hi Barb.
How's it going?
I see you upgraded from your iPad 2 to a delightful Samsung Galaxy Tab.
Well, now we're gonna have to have the dueling of the Galaxy Tabs.
Mine's lighter, but yours has got 4G. Well, let's get into the news. A very enterprising Swedish man is now in custody after attempting to build a nuclear reactor in his kitchen.
Apparently, he ordered the parts from a number of different foreign countries. He had
We
been
don't know which ones.
talking about it with his friends who didn't really take him too seriously.
They thought he was a kidder. They were like, oh, you.
But he so sort of innocently went about this process that at some point, perhaps right as he was about to drop in the uranium into the chamber, he thought twice about it and called the authorities to ask if there might be any legality issues around this sort of thing, after which they promptly came and arrested him.
Yeah, my question is, why didn't he make the phone call to the Swedish Radiation Authority before he started building a nuclear reactor in his kitchen?
The moral of the story here is, don't try this at home, kids. A see-through, completely transparent ghost car made by Pontiac just sold on auction for a whopping $308,000, but as futuristic as this may sound, the car was not made today. It was actually made in 1939.
Just 6 years after plexiglass was introduced to the world.
It was shown off at the 1939 World's Fair. It was intended to show off the future technology of the automotive industry, which is fascinating because this thing still looks very futuristic today.
The original cost to build this Pontiac ghost car was actually $25,000 or $388,000 when adjusted for inflation, which, yeah, it's a little expensive. But whoever won it at auction got it at almost a bargain price. They won it for $308,000, which, you know, you saved $80,000. In slightly ordinary news, a bride and groom were recently married in Texas. But in not so ordinary news, they were married by a virtual preacher. Their friend told them he could not officiate their wedding. And so the groom, who works in IT, built an artificial intelligence program to officiate their wedding. Well, unfortunately, marriage by virtual minister doesn't exactly qualify as legal by the state of Texas.
Not yet, anyway.
So they're gonna have to go ahead and fill out the proper paperwork and everything through the state and their county to make it official.
So you know that we love robots here on Tech Life.
We do.
But now we have a reason to love robots even more because someone has gone out and made a robot that wants beer.
It was made by a robotics company called Trosen Robotics, and they have dubbed him the Darwin bot.
You hold the can of Bud Light in front of it, it won't even turn its head. It has no time for the Bud Light, but as soon as you put down the Tecate, woo, it scrambles over to get the little guy. If you are a football fan who wants a robot to fetch you beer, you could actually have it, although it's gonna cost you about 12 grand.
And that, my friends, is a lot of beer. Barb, what do you think could be better than a dragon made of Legos?
Ooh, that is a tough question, and if I had to put something on the wish list, this would probably never happen. I'm gonna go with it should breathe fire.
You know, your wish list, you can just check it right off because a man who is a Lego artist has in fact created a Lego fire-breathing dragon. Sweet! And he's done other Lego creations with water, but obviously fire is the more difficult of the two because Legos are in fact made of plastic and they will melt.
So how the heck does this thing not just disintegrate?
He actually used a barbecue igniter and he modified it to where he can flip the switch and it basically will light up and you'll see the fire shoot out of its mouth, and then he shuts it off real fast. So he's timed it to where he knows exactly how long the fire can burn without harming the structure and integrity of the Lego dragon.
Super cool for sure, but I think he should go the extra mile and make that thing actually grill steaks.
Well, that's all the time we have here for Tech Life on Tecate-loving. Be sure to tune in next week, and until then, I'm Ashley Esqueda.
I'm Barb Dibwad.
And that's been Tech Life, your digital lifestyle in 5 minutes or less.